So I had a client message this. I talk to my clients quite regularly. And he asked me, I've noticed this was a few months ago he sent me this, so maybe not the most recent thing, but he said, everyone in my office seems to be doing this high rock thing. Like, what is it? And like, is it any good? So I thought I'd take this out as an opportunity to kind of talk to you guys about trends in fitness and are they actually beneficial to people? Okay. So the main things that are happening right now are high rocks. Um, there's a thing called the gauntlet that I've heard a couple of people are doing, which is basically kind of like a high rocks but with different exercises. Um, 2005, it was CrossFit. CrossFit, it seems to be kind of dying off. Um, the main thing with these things is so benefits and drawbacks. Okay, benefits are most of them have a very good community aspect to them. And if you watched the last video I said, I talked about community is a very strong predictor about whether someone is going to have a successful fitness or lifestyle transformation, the people around them, right? Um, and CrossFit had that. High Rocks probably has that kind of that camaraderie of we are suffering, but we're suffering together is very powerful. Um, so that's one main benefit. Second main benefit is it's made gyms get good equipment. Uh, Barbell, so many more gyms have good quality barbells and bumper plates and just normal black iron kind of stuff because of CrossFit than ever before. There are so many more gyms with good choice. That's good for the consumer. There are better coaches out there. And obviously, CrossFit, there are some terrible coaches, and there has been terrible coaching in the past. The CrossFit methodology is dog shit. Um, Other than the fact that with emphasis on working really hard is good up to a point. Hard work will get you a lot of results up to a point. At that point, when hard work stops working, you need a targeted, systematic approach to actually keep improving. And the top CrossFit athletes, they don't do CrossFit for their training. They do strength and conditioning with the skill components, the gymnastics, the Olympic lifting, and the strength and the conditioning. That's like the four kind of main things for CrossFit. They do strength and conditioning. They don't do cross. They don't just go and do a WOD every day and then they're good to go for the CrossFit Games. That's not how it works. Um, the good thing about high rocks is none of the stuff is particularly high skill. Like on a CrossFit competition, you could be asked to go and do like a 1 rep max clean and jerk. Potentially quite a high skill product, quite a high skill movement. The product of that being if you go to a CrossFit competition and you've never done that before, you're not going to do very well, and you're probably going to get like no lifts or whatever else is going on. So that's what I'm thinking. Um, and high rocks, there really there's a little bit of skill, there's a little bit of technique, there's a little bit of what's going on. Okay, we have to make sure they do the thing right, but it's not hugely technical. So that from that aspect, it's very low skilled point of entry. So that's fantastic. Drawback, there is a huge emphasis on cardiovascular conditioning for high rocks and not so much of an emphasis on strength. Um, And I get the feeling that, and I'm not sure, that the people that were doing high rocks were just the people who were doing CrossFit and they've got a bit bored and maybe brought some new people on with them, but there hasn't been a whole load of people who weren't doing exercise before and have started doing exercise now. They've just changed their focus from whatever they were doing before, possibly CrossFit, possibly Olympic lifting, power, like strength, just general strength training to do, or running or rowing or whatever it is, and they've changed to do high rocks. I don't now. I have absolutely no data to back that up. That's just my opinion. right? So we're up to kind of about 5 minutes on this. So that's one of the main drawbacks. And you're gonna get some stimulus from high rocks because you're doing a big heavy sled pull and a heavy um, sled drag. But anything that you can do continuously for minutes at a time is not of a high enough intensity or or close enough to muscular failure to really drive things like strength and bone density and raising your and that's the main two things for strength training is you're battling sarcopenia, you're battling osteopenia. So trends in fitness, loads more to talk about there. I'll leave it there for now. That's 5 minutes. If you enjoyed that, make sure you hit the follow button. We'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Speak to you all later.